Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are looking at a fundamental, absolute game changer in the digital landscape, the future of search. For years, we've all essentially been playing the exact same game, perfecting those traditional SEO strategies. But while we were busy doing that, the ground totally shifted right beneath our feet. Artificial intelligence is radically changing the very mechanics of how we discover information online. We're moving away from traditional search engines that just hand us a massive list of blue links, and we're moving straight toward AI models that synthesize the answers for us instantly. It's fascinating, it's disruptive, and honestly, it requires a complete rethink of how we position our content.
Okay, let's dive into this, because the numbers tell an absolutely incredible story. 58%. According to recent data from Ahrefs, AI overviews have reduced the click-through rates for top-ranking Google content by a staggering 58%. Think about that for a second. You could have the #1 spot on Google, the absolute pinnacle of traditional SEO success, and you are still losing more than half of your potential clicks. Why? Well, because the search engine is literally just giving users the exact information they need right there on the results page. The user gets their answer instantly, so they simply don't need to click through to your website anymore.
And the story gets even more intense when we look beyond Google. People aren't just using traditional search engines anymore. They are going directly to large language models, or LLMs, to get their answers. ChatGPT now processes 2.5 billion prompts every single day, and about 65% of those are effectively search queries. But here's the kicker. Platforms like ChatGPT are seeing a massive 96% lower click-through rate than traditional Google searches. A 96% drop! Users are having these huge, complex questions answered entirely within the chat interface without ever actually clicking an external link.
So what does this all mean? Well, this jarring drop in clicks means we are officially entering the zero-click search reality. For marketing teams and content creators who spent years, sometimes decades, establishing visibility and driving traffic through traditional SEO, this can feel incredibly daunting. The old playbook of just ranking highly to drive raw traffic, it's really losing its edge. But here's what I really want you to take away from this. This isn't the end of search visibility, it's just an evolution. We don't need to completely abandon our digital strategies, we just need to upgrade them for an AI-native world.
All right, moving into Section 1, the 3-layer search strategy building the future.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how we tackle this new era. To win the new front door of search, we need a complementary 3-layer strategy. First, we have traditional SEO, which is still all about establishing your baseline visibility and driving traffic to your website. Next is AEO, which focuses entirely on extractability, making sure your content is formatted perfectly for answer-first features. And finally, we have GEO, which optimizes for citations, ensuring that complex LLMs use your brand as a trusted reference. They don't replace each other, they actually operate together. SEO lays the foundation, AEO manages accessibility, and GEO builds your authority.
Let's break these new acronyms down a bit more, starting with AEO, or Answer Engine Optimization. AEO is all about formatting your content specifically for AI-powered search features. So think Google's AI Overviews, Bing Copilot, or Perplexity's Instant Answers. Instead of ranking pages, these engines extract information and present it directly to the user. So AEO means hyper-aligning your content with the specific questions users are asking. You want your content to be so clear, so relevant, and so immediately useful that the engine can just pull your answer out and display it directly within the search interface.
Now contrast that with GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization. While AEO is largely about extraction for search engine snippets, GEO targets the conversational LLMs themselves, platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. These models don't provide a list of links. They synthesize original responses from a bunch of multiple sources. GEO is fundamentally about forcing these AI models to view your brand as an evidence-backed, deeply trusted reference. You want the AI to read your content, trust its factual accuracy implicitly, and then actually cite your brand when it generates its response to the user.
By the way, to truly master these concepts, you should absolutely check out the complete Generative Engine Optimization Guide 2026, which is available right now on Amazon. It's an incredibly comprehensive resource that dives deep into the actionable frameworks you need to get your brand cited in this new AI-first search environment. It's basically the perfect companion to what we're discussing today.
Let's move on to Section 2, Structuring Content for AI, Engineering the New Era.
Okay, so the first major shift you have to make in your content is moving away from cleverness and toward pure directness. For years, traditional copywriters loved using witty headlines, long meandering anecdotes, and complex metaphors to keep humans engaged. But here's the thing, AI doesn't appreciate a good pun. AI values directness over cleverness every single time. AEO demands that you get straight to the point without any ambiguity or unnecessary jargon. If a user asks a question, your content needs to provide a clear, immediate answer right at the top of the section. The faster and clearer you get to the point, the more likely you are to be surfaced in those answer-first results.
So the crucial point is that GEO requires you to feed the AI hard, verifiable facts. We call this evidence-backed authority. Generative models are quite literally designed to prioritize factual, well-sourced information. They are hungry for original research, verifiable statistics from reputable third-party sources, and data-driven insights, not just unsupported opinions. You also need strong transparency signals. This means having clear authorship with relevant expertise credentials, citing your primary sources, and making sure you update your content regularly. If the AI can verify your expertise and the provenance of your data, it will absolutely cite you.
But on top of great facts, you need a physical structure that AI can easily parse. We're talking about machine-readable formats. A simple, straightforward structure is absolutely key here. You should be using intent-based headings that literally mirror the exact questions users type into the prompt box. Follow those up with highly scannable content, bullet points, numbered lists, and short, punchy paragraphs. And please, don't forget the back end. Applying relevant schema markup like FAQ page, how-to, or product schemas helps AI systems interpret and reuse your information with incredible accuracy. Believe me, it's so much easier for AI to extract a crisp, bulleted list than to parse a traditional, meandering 2,000-word SEO article.
Which brings us to Section 3, Measuring AI Search Success, the new scorecard.
Look, we just have to abandon the old metrics. The days of solely chasing click-through rates and obsessing over being the #1 blue link are officially fading. Instead, our focus must shift almost entirely to citation rates and brand mentions. Success in GEO and AEO is measured by how often your brand is mentioned in AI-generated content. We're shifting from a goal of driving raw, unfiltered traffic to a goal of increasing brand authority and visibility. You want to influence the buyer directly inside the AI interface way before they even consider visiting a website.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that there is a massive silver lining to this zero-click reality. While you might be getting fewer overall clicks, the quality of the traffic you do get is astronomical. According to SEMrush, visitors who are referred to your site by LLMs convert up to 4.4 times better than traditional search traffic. 4.4 times, because these AI tools synthesize deep, context-aware answers. A user who actually clicks a citation link to your site has incredibly strong purchase intent. They've already read the summary, now they're fully ready to act. So higher LLM conversions can more than make up for the raw traffic you might lose to those lower click-through rates.
And remember, this shift is actually a massive democratization of visibility. It's a huge opportunity. AI search widens the playing field tremendously. Traditional SEO meant if you weren't on page 1, well, you basically didn't exist. But AI engines, they don't care about page 1. They just pull citations from wherever the best, most authentic answers actually live. This means content from diverse platforms like Reddit, YouTube, and LinkedIn is frequently cited by engines like Perplexity and ChatGPT. Your social presence and community-driven content now have a direct, massive impact on your AI search visibility.
So this brings us to the ultimate question you need to ask yourself and your entire team today. Is your brand ready to be the authoritative answer? The landscape has completely evolved. AI-first search is creating massive new opportunities for the brands that are ready to adapt, structure their knowledge, and build real, verifiable authority. Don't be left behind fighting for blue links in a zero-click world. It's time to upgrade your strategy, embrace AEO and GEO, and make your brand the trusted source the AI relies on. Thanks so much for exploring this fascinating shift with me, and keep learning.